Hi, good day and welcome to National Citizen News and Media. Today we would like to welcome our participants, the core management structure of CSPRM. We are happy to have you guys take part in this video session, in this meeting, where we will be discussing CSPRM, who they are, what they are busy with, and how other people from South Africa and Namibia, formerly known as Southwest Africa, can get involved. Firstly, guys, thank you so much for showing up and being here today. I would like you to introduce yourselves briefly. I think I will start by asking Mr. Stephen Suss to unmute himself and give us a brief introduction. Over to you, Mr. Suss.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Carlo. My name is Stephen Sass. I'm in Queenstown in the Eastern Cape, and I am the national chairperson of the Civil Servants Pension Redress Movement.
Next, I think we can move over down the line to Eldred, and then to Paul, and then to the CSPRM support gentleman there. Okay. Eldred, please unmute yourself.
Good day. My name is Eldred Frey. I'm the National Treasurer of the CSPRM. I am in East London and responsible for all the funds that come into the organization from the 9 provinces in Namibia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, National Treasurer. We can move over to Paul.
Good morning, each and everybody. Good morning, Carlo. I am Paul Fisher. I'm the National Vice Chairperson. I'm like a pillar to a bridge supporting Stephen at all times where services are needed. I am born and bred in South Africa, but I moved to Namibia, Southwest Africa then in 1984, and now I am in Walvis Bay in Namibia. And that is where I'm staying and promoting this image of the CSPRM here in Namibia. Thank you.
Great. It's good to have representation all the way from Namibia. Last but not least.
My name is Bernard Winsel. I'm the National General Secretary of CSPRM, and my role and function is to keep the wheels rolling and to ensure that the business of the organization is implemented according to the decisions that is taken by the National Executive and Congresses, and to organize whatever is expected of me to do. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Mr. Winsel. Guys, tell me, can you see my screen? Okay, so this is the official website of CSPRM. You can find it on csprm.org.za. And here we can see the About Us in regards to who CSPRM is and what they are standing for. I'll read a brief introduction as displayed on the screen here. It says that it's an NPO that's registered in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. And the name stands for Civil Servants Pension Redress Movement, CSPRM. Is the official voice of all former civil servants in South Africa and those civil servants who previously served in Namibia, formerly in Southwest Africa. The Public Servants Coordinating Bargaining Council accepted resolutions in 7 of 1998, 12 of 2002, 3 of 2012, and 2 of 2018, stating that the government employees who have been in service on 2 September 1998 would benefit from 8.7 billion rand, which had been made available by the GEPF. The beneficiaries would be those who suffered discrimination based on race and gender during the previous political dispensation in South Africa. That is a great About Us story in regards to who CSPRM is. This is a great movement, guys. I think this is a fantastic movement, especially considering the civil servants that and was formed part of the apartheid regime in South Africa and what we now know as Namibia. But I would like to, and I think the viewers would like to know, how the founding of CSPRM came about.
I'll answer the first question, and then we can rotate the way we introduce ourselves, okay? Now, the CSPRM came about as in a reaction to big sums of money that was paid out to different people. This movement started in Oudtshoorn, where a few teachers received monies, and of course it made other people wonder, now where does the money come from, who is responsible for getting the money, and who qualifies for the money. And these teachers, they are responsible at the moment in Oudtshoorn, and they are leading the pack there. And they went to our founder president, the late Mr. David Pitt, because he was an activist, and he was the person who helped people, you know, the downtrodden all the time. But he was in his 80th year. They asked him to assist, but he said, man, I'm too old now. I'll give you a contact. He contacted Mr. David Jantjies in Kuils River. And David, the firebrand that he is, contacted a few other people, mostly teachers. They researched the whole thing, and they discovered that the money comes from the GEPF, and it is pension redress payouts to former civil servants. So that is where we started. Let me just stop there.
No, that's fantastic. It's good to know that you started with a small group. You know, there was one particular gentleman that felt that he should take up this call and act on it. Yeah. And I think that's pretty special, eh? And in the fact, and the next question would be, you know, what has CSPRM accomplished thus far?
Okay. Gentlemen, do you want me to carry on with that? My colleagues?
You can carry on, sir. You can carry on.
Come in.
Okay.
Can I come in?
Okay.
Oh.
First payment, the first payments of pension redress payouts was in April of 2019. On the 23rd of May 2019, the CSPRM was established. In October of 2019, we had our first inaugural Congress in Belhar in Cape Town. That is where people from all the provinces in South Africa and Namibia, of course, Mr. Paul Fisher, they converged on Cape Town, and we had a successful Congress. We were just at that time, we were just a national body. But in 2020 and 2021, myself and David Jantjies traveled the whole of South Africa, establishing provincial structures in all 9 provinces. And in 2021, again with the help of Mr. Paul Fisher, we traveled the length and breadth of Namibia and established 14 districts there. So that is how we started, very small, and we grew to this. We call ourselves one of the biggest NPOs in South Africa. We are a registered NPO. I'll stop there again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sass. It's good to know that you guys are growing so rapidly. The fact that you are established all over the country and within all the 14 districts in Namibia is really, really good, and it's a testament to your hard work. And I want to move over to the next question, because I'm sure that there are so many people, you know, civil servants that are not yet part of this movement. But what would you say to those who have been discriminated against on the basis of race and gender during the apartheid regime and have worked in the civil service but are still skeptical about joining CSPRM? What would you say to those people?
Are one of you going to take the question? Colleagues?
Paul wants to speak, Stephen. Thanks.
Paul?
Yeah. Carlo, before we get there, it is just we are now putting on the roof before we have dug the foundation and built the walls. Initially, this idea started directly after democracy in 1994. The Truth and Reconciliation under the chairmanship of the late Bishop Desmond Tutu. That is where one of those atrocities that people made against, or where it started initially. And there a task team was asked to go and inform all former civil servants to apply for the 8.7, what we have just read about. So when this task team only informed some members and not all of us, because by that time I was still in service and I was not informed or to be given the opportunity to apply for the redress. And some people who applied received, and that is where we heard about this, and that's where we started. So now we can come to the question. I just wanted to give a short background as to where it started.
Okay.
Like you to
just to add,
or are you?
yeah, just to.
I'm done. Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah, just to latch on to what Paul said. You know, starting where he talked about the reconciliation thing. Remember, the South African government had a broad idea of reconciliation and transformation. So the PSCBC, where the agreement was signed on 2 September 1998, it was their contribution to that broader desire of reconciliation and transformation. So this thing started in the PSCBC, and you've mentioned in your overview, you know, what happened there, resolution number 7, and Paul have mentioned there that they didn't even stick to their own resolution because they didn't do as much as they promised to alert each and every civil servant pre-1994 or pre-1998 of the president.
So yeah,
okay.
Please tell the people how they can get involved with CSPRM. How can they apply to this movement?
Bernard?
I think it's very important. Everybody should realize that when you form any organization, you must ensure that you establish a very structured organization. And this is what we did. We did not go for this fly-by-night thing, which normally happens, and you have lots and lots of people that say, I am involved, and you see them on the streets and wherever. When they come to a structured situation, they are never organized. So for the past years, that was our main objective, to ensure that we have a structure. But parallel to that, we made our vision and our mission to ensure that the redress is being addressed and that all platforms are used where we could make an input. So it's very important for the, let's call it the members out there, or the people who have suffered under the apartheid era, to realize that they are not talking to a fly-by-night organization. We are structured. We have structured throughout South Africa and Namibia We have more than 200 WhatsApp groups. We have more than all the 9 provinces, including Namibia, are structured with representatives and elected members. And as you can see, we're going to have this elective Congress now in November. So it's very important for members to realize, or for the general public and the civil servants, the previous retired civils, to realize that we want them to be our members, to support this valuable and input that we need to take forward and get the pension redress a success for everybody to be paid. Thank you.
Yeah, just to add to that, Carlo, you've read from our website. We are on Facebook. Bernard mentioned the WhatsApp groups. We have a help desk and office staff that we give a stipend because we cannot pay salaries. And there are forms available, forms for membership available and registration. It is all in our very active website. Bernard can just elaborate about the office.
Yes, I think it is also important for the potential member to understand that when you call in, you're normally confronted by a call center which tells you, I think this will happen and I think that. We have a dedicated team who can which you can direct your request on a daily basis via your structures, via your WhatsApp groups, via the website, via the internet and Facebook. And we are there to answer that and to give you guidance as to what exactly we stand for. But it is important for those people to understand that all of this needs a driving force that must come from them. Structure yourself, go to your meetings, read the circulars that we send to them and understand how they can also assist by becoming recruiters to ensure that we have a bigger and a stronger member base. Thanks.
Thank you, Bernard.
That's brilliant, guys.
Can I add?
Yeah, you can add.
Yes, thank you. Just with regard to membership, what we do ask our members, whoever want to join and who has been past civil servants, is a registration fee of 50 Rand and a monthly premium of 20 Rand. So in other words, a number of our members, when they fill in the form, indicate 20 Rand is deducted every month or 240 Rand per annum. Until such time, we've managed to conclude, this huge challenge that we have with government. So most of that 20 Rand or 70 Rand that is obtained is used to administer the organization, very little. But this is how we then raise our money. We are not being sponsored. We are not being funded by any other organization, but through the members. And this is why the organization is membership. Is also very important, and what drives us is the unfairness of the process, where we have members who have been paid out 300,000, same qualification, same number of service. The one gets 300,000, the other one gets none. And when we look at all those such cases, that is what motivates us and what motivates us to encourage members and former civil servants who have not been benefiting from this to become members of the organization. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eldred. I truly appreciate your input. Just in 1 minute summary, Mr. Sas, can you kindly share with the public, with the members, what they can expect from CSPRM in the near and distant future?
Stephen, if you allow me just one input, and this is very important, that the ears of government should actually be stimulated to listen to this. The solution to this problem can be very, very simple. If you look at the resolution of number 7, it says you have to be employed on the 2nd of September 1998 to qualify. We as the CSPRM only ask that that resolution be amended to add 2 words, just 2 words that can solve this whole problem, which says on or before. That would then make everybody who worked and was employed in government service since 1961 a qualified recipient of the redress. Now, 90% of those people were excluded, nearly 100%, because they retired before the 2nd of September. And all we need is 2 words, just 2 words. Why is it taking so long?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's brilliant, Mr. Wenzel. Thank you so much for making that statement and adding that piece. I think that's very, very insightful, and that is key as well. We have 2 minutes left, gentlemen. I would give the closing statement in regards to what can be expected from CSPRM in the near and distant future to Mr. Sass. Mr. Sass, take it away, a brief statement.
Okay. We are heading for our elective conference in the Northwest Province. We are having our, I think it's the final National Executive meeting tomorrow. We are in contact with individuals and groups and the media to bolster our efforts to get the government and the authorities, to get them to listen to us. We are at this point halfway into the court because there's 2 big attorney firms that is assisting us with senior counsel. We gave them all of the information they researched. We gave them affidavits of people who battled and who did not get, pension redress in the 1998 pension redress program, and they are waiting. Our people are really frustrated. They actually want payouts to be there as soon as possible. I explained to a group of mine just earlier that, we are more frustrated than you because we are working with this thing on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But the law has a long arm, and they have to make sure that they have a case that will stand in court. Not like the NPA going after people, go to court, and then you hear nothing about it.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Sass. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for taking time out. We will be closing this meeting, and I would like to say from National Citizens side, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Carlo. And let's make this a regular so that we can, time after time inform our members and they can follow you all. Thank